I'm married. I'm a father of 2 girls and 3 gallant boys. Actually, I met my wife in the church. I met her where we worshiped before. I was in a relationship with somebody I was supposed to get married to. I think the both parents have met each other. They were working on marriage. Then suddenly she requested for something. And I told her I don't know. I said, do you know what you do? Meet so person. I called a friend and I said, please, my wife-to-be has a need, but right now I don't have that need. Can you help me? He said, no problem, let her come. I said, I'll go and meet her. She went. And after that day, that was the beginning of that relationship. That was the beginning of problem to that relationship. She went to meet my best friend. That was the beginning of the problem. And I just noticed the lady in question started misbehaving. She wouldn't come anymore. She would take me for a program and suddenly she would disappear. On a good day, she took me for a program and I was at the altar. Suddenly she disappeared and I was sitting down after the program. I didn't see her. And suddenly this one I got married to appeared. I'm like, sorry, good evening, sir. Why everybody is almost leaving? Why are you here? I said, I'm waiting for Super. I said, she's not around. Somebody walked up to me and like, I saw her with your friend. They both entered the bike and I said, So I said, okay, no problem. My wife, this is my wife now, I got married to now. Then now I said, but sir, if you want to go home, no problem. I know your house. I can take you to your parents' house. I said, no problem. I want to go home. She took me and that was the first day I met her. She took me and she took me home. My wife-to-be came back and somehow I was sitting outside my gate. She didn't see me. So my friends, they were teasing her. They were just teasing her. Hey, you go flex, Abi. Hey, I see Mr. Biggs and Mr. She was saying all sorts of things. She didn't know I was at the back of the gate. So suddenly, those her friends, they knew quite all right that I'm sitting down there. So the next thing, they wanted to call her attention to whatever they did. Ross, good evening, sir. She now turned. That was it. She walked up to me and she came and I'm sorry, your friend took me out and let me just open up to you. Your friend says she wants to marry me. My people say I should marry her, that she's they are comfortable with her. She can take care of me. She can handle me. She can pay my bills. I said, no problem. Though it was a heartbreak, I cried and cried because she stopped she stopped taking me for program. Then this lady I met, I begged her. I said, please, can you come and be taking me for church activities? She said, no problem. She lives close to the church where I worship. She wasn't a member then. I mean, this woman I got married to now. So she said, no problem, I could. So gradually she starts, before our services start, she will come pick me, bring me to the church, and gradually she joined the church. So one day, and now I told her, I said, sir, I called her and I said, hello, auntie. Are you in a relationship? She said, why do you ask? I said, I like to marry. She said, God. She said, the first thing she said was, God forbid. I said, why? I said, no, I can't. Sure, you have somebody I said, He said, my people will not, no, I can't. I said, please tell me who the person is. He said, I cannot tell you, it's none of your business. So she said, okay, now because of that, they can't carry you go church, Abi. I don't blame you. Because I said, this church I can't carry you, go stop. So she stopped. So I had to let her be. So gradually I had to find out who she was, who she said she's dating was my close friend. Then I had to, and I knew that my friend has somebody, not this person. That my friend already introduced somebody to me as a wife to be, not this person. So I said, how come? I told my friend, I said, so lady said, you will say, that lady, don't mind her. So instantly announced, and there is this mentality I have where my wife, the street where she grew up from, is a very rough street. In Okoko, people here, they know them Aura. You say Aura girls, they need to hear word. So my mindset was, these are our children. Must all of them be rough? Why this one now, they do like this? So I became angry, like, let me just end the whole thing. So somehow I went to bed to sleep. Then later in the night, like somebody called me and said, that is your wife, you must go back. I said, somebody said, I was not dragging in the morning. Somebody said she's engaged and you are telling me that is my wife. I cannot, I don't get all this one. So somehow I was having arguments with the spirit in me. I don't know if you are getting me. So I said, if you think she is, then go and talk to her by yourself. I think I've spoken to her several times and she's not paying attention. So my brother, I had to let her be. And at a point, the body became much. What I did was I stopped telling her. I started praying about it. Then praying not until one day, by herself she came. That they told her in dreams that my husband. I said, okay, what do you want me to do now? I said, you go and see my people. I said, well, how about the other guy you said? He said, no, that the guy, she finally found out that the guy is a player. That one, part 1, season 1. Season 2, the family said, God forbid, that their daughter will not get married to a blind because she's the last child of the house. So it became war. We kept on. We sent some pastors. I had to go and meet some of my pastor, my second parish pastor. I said, sir, see what's going on. He said, okay, no problem, I will talk to her. My parish pastor called her and said, you don't get sense. You won't go marry blind man. The person I confided on, as a pastor, you don't get sense. You won't marry blind man. Which thing won't take? I won't take train you. Yeah, your children, how now? Where will you start from? Think now, as beautiful as you are, even if you go stand for road, you go see men who go use motor carry you. Now blind man won't go. Think may not be like, say, I don't advise you. Me, self, no, if you advise my daughter to marry a blind. She called me and like, why did you guys tell this so pastor? See what the pastor is telling me. I said, pastor, I was thinking he's my friend, he could help me out. I said, he's putting fire out. The mother said, foul, it will not work. At a point, one particular night, they woke her up. I was sitting in the midst of my friend. That was around 11. I was in my friend's house. She found her way and ran to that place, looking rough, looking worn out, tired, and what happened? She said they woke her up and all her family gathered and said, why do you want to disgrace us? You want to marry a blind? She said, and what I'm seeing, you are not seeing. It's okay. What we are seeing, what you are seeing, we are not seeing. We will command that thing for your body today. So they gathered and they were beating her, and somehow she escaped and ran to my friend's house. I said, we cannot do anything. I beckoned on my friends, we took her to their neighbor, and some of their town people around came out and started talking to the mother and the sister. Leave her now. If that's who she wants, can you people leave her? Finally, they had to say, okay, no problem. So, my brother, the story is plenty. After everything, I shall know I married my wife. They agreed. Give me some extra, even when they made everything double, the list, the bill, everything was so, but somehow God helped me. I shall know I married my wife. But do you know the good thing about it is that she's the last born of the house. But right now, as I'm telling you, she's the breadwinner of the house, their house. Whatever she says at home now is fine now. If they have headache, they will run to her. Body pain, they will come and meet her. Anyhow, they cannot do anything without her. She's a disgrace to them, according to them. But in her lifetime, my wife has driven 3 cars. She didn't buy one. Me buy. Becomes a gift. You know. I think in her lifetime, she's more comfortable, even as the last one, than every other. Even takes care of the senior ones financially. So I think that's all I can say. If you have a child tomorrow, pray and so that she will be in the will of God. One of the problems our parents they have is they don't know the will of God for us. So they want to be faster than the will of God. It was now they start understanding, hey, now wow, now your wife, now your real wife be this, so thank God, you're gonna make us proud. But then they didn't know she'll make them proud. They were seeing her as a disgrace that she want to bring shame to them. I marry my wife. She gives me joy. She's my friend, my mother, and my sister.